Hi, everybody. We're back with another episode here. This one's going to be a little bit longer because I am going to actually read through a couple of stories from Reddit, the scams subreddit, that I think were pretty interesting, and some of the things that I've seen similar stories about, so they kind of caught my eye. So what I'll do is I'll read the story, and then I'll go into like just a brief analysis about it, and that's what we'll do. So the first one is by Winniport, and it says, PayPal users are not as protected as you think. My scam experience. I wanted to share what happened to me last week so others don't fall for the same thing. Yesterday, I bought a two-way radio from this site called BoatSupplyMarket.com. I should have checked it twice, but I honestly didn't think much because I had PayPal as the payment gateway. I thought with PayPal and my credit card I had double protection. Also, this was an older stock discontinued $80 item, which was sold for $30 to $40 used everywhere, and so the price of $40 wasn't too good to be true to alert me. When I went to check out, it showed $40. When I hit the PayPal window to pay, it also showed $40 while I was paying. Right after I hit confirm though, the payment in PayPal switched to 83,000 Japanese yen. That's like $570 US. I was literally shocked. Then the scam seller refunded $40 equivalent of Japanese yen to my PayPal account and took like the $40 got refunded while $500 or so was still with them. Total scam. I immediately called my credit card company. They canceled the card and are investigating. And then I tried to open a case with PayPal, but it turns out PayPal doesn't even have the option to report scams like this. The only way I could open a dispute was to select item not received. Later I checked the domain and it's clearly a fake site, registered under one of those shady front addresses in the US that scammers keep reusing. So yeah, I always thought PayPal was safe. Clearly it's not. They don't seem to even care about this kind of fraud. Now my money is stuck and who knows how long it'll take to get. Just posting this to warn others. If you see PayPal and you think you're protected, please be careful. Edit. Just to be clear, this was real PayPal, not some fake lookalike page. The seller actually shows up as a legit seller in my PayPal portal. PayPal themselves admitted the seller charged me and that the payment went through properly. It's even on my credit card statement through real PayPal. The weird part is that it looks like a security flaw on PayPal's side when the seller can suddenly flip currencies like that. PayPal is investigating this transaction, but the only option they gave me was to open it as an item not covered, which is ridiculous. I even gave them the info about the shady domain and fake business address, but they still don't call it a scam. Wow. Okay. That was something. Yeah, I mean, moral of the story on this, there's a couple of them actually, that jump out to me right away. A lot of people think PayPal equals safe because when it came out, well, this is just my opinion, but when it came out, it was the one that you didn't need to reveal your credit card with. So that was the safe part of it. Great, I don't have to use my credit card. They'll never see it, so I don't have to worry about that. But it sounds like something shady was going on here. And yeah, I mean, these websites this is a good one though. Like the person said at the beginning, it didn't seem too good of a price. So it doesn't look scammy. It's not like those, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but there's like fake Home Depot sites, or Lowe's sites where it says there's a shed and the shed's like $10 and the shed's actually cost about $800. And it's like free shipping, $10. And I'm like, okay. I don't think anybody believes that. All right, so let's go over some highlights of this story here, just to kind of break it down. So a user bought a discontinued two-way radio for $40 from a site called BoatSupplyMarket.com. At checkout, everything looked normal, but after confirming the payment, it switched to 83,000 yen, which is about 570 US dollars. The scammer refunded about 5,800 to make it look like a legit refund while keeping the rest, and the PayPal showed the seller is legit. So what this scam could be called is a currency manipulation scam or a PayPal bait and switch. It's often tied to fake e-commerce sites using real payment gateways to appear trustworthy. Some of the red flags to watch out for this one: unfamiliar websites with generic names and no real contact information. People are making their websites look better these days, so you really got to watch out for it. But checking the domain, how long has it been around, checking the trust score. It's really, people can leave fake reviews, so I wouldn't trust that. Watch out for prices that seem reasonable but still below market value, because that was actually part of the scam. Be careful when you're making that payment, because this person noticed it, but they still went through with it, but they noticed that it switched the currency. But watch out for that. And refunds that match the expected amount but hide larger unauthorized charge. Now, that's a new one. I actually have never heard of this one, so I'm glad I read this one today. Immediately, if this happens to someone, immediately contact your credit card company, not just PayPal. Help the person to document the transaction and the screenshots. Screenshots are always good. Report it to PayPal's fraud team. It doesn't sound like this person is too thrilled with PayPal right now, though. You could tell by the title of the story, as well as their opinion about PayPal. So some of the noteworthy comments, Winnapork, who's the original poster, I always thought PayPal was safe. Clearly it's not. I know I said that already, but please be careful with PayPal, Venmo, and all of them. Chargeback Champ says, "This is why I never trust PayPal for anything over $20. Their dispute system is a joke unless you didn't get the item." Domain Hunter says, BoatSupplyMarket.com is one of those fake storefronts registered under a shell address. They rotate domains every few weeks. Yes, they do. And Real Currency Trap says, "The currency flip is the real scam here. It's a loophole that PayPal hasn't patched, and scammers know it." Scammers, I would not say are stupid people. They know what's going on, and they will take advantage of it. So that's one to remember. That's a good one. So let's go ahead and get to the next story. This one is called "Just Met a Woman That Was About to Get Scammed," and it's from user I'm Still a Penguin. And it goes like this. "I work at a phone retail store. This lady walks in asking if I sold Apple gift cards. I say no, and she asks where she could buy some. My alarm goes off, and I ask what she needs them for. Good job, I'm Still a Penguin," because that's great customer service there. Turns out she met some guy online. This guy sent her a box with important documents in it so she could send it to his son. The scammer first told her to wire him $1,800. She went to the bank, but thankfully the bank caught on and told her what's going on. She tells this to the scammer, and he tells her to send $200 in Apple gift cards instead, and to also Zelle him the money. I obviously told her to block him immediately. She says that they have video calls, so she thinks it's legit. I tell her that you can change your face now. That's when she confessed that many people have told her the same thing. That's when I realized this poor woman had been warned many times now, but she's still here looking for her gift cards. That's sad. I straight up tell her she will lose her money for zero reason and to just block it. I tell her that Fox is just a prop to get her to send money and to please just block him. I'm not sure if she will, but it makes me so sad. She's so caught up in it that even everyone telling her it's a scam, she's still trying to do what he says. This is also the first time I hear about them sending something to the victim's house first, so I wanted to share. Yeah, so I'm glad in a way that, you know, you go to stores. The one that jumps out to me is the dollar store, Dollar General. I've seen them at, where there's a warning about gift cards, about Apple gift cards. If you're buying it, it's a red flag for retail store employees now. And this person actually did their job the right way and clearly cares about people and doesn't want this person to get scammed. But this employee did as much as she could. I hope that the person listened, but unfortunately, it really doesn't seem like they probably did because they haven't already. So yeah, it's kind of sad. But you know, just to kind of summarize it, the phone store employee shared a first-hand account of a woman nearly falling for a romance-based scam. Probably. The scammer sent her a box of important documents to build trust, then asked for $1,800 via wire transfer. Her bank flagged it, and the scammer pivoted, asking for $200 in Apple gift cards and a Zelle payment. And despite multiple warnings, she was actively trying to fulfill the scammer's request. This is a very common scam, but it's also good to go over it sometimes, you know, because there's a lot of us that wouldn't fall for it, that would notice it. It's called a romance scam or an advanced fee scam. But people that aren't experienced, or maybe, you know, elderly people, people who really are looking for, you know, a partner, people that are emotionally manipulated, that really want to get into a fake, all sorts of people could fall for something like this, just for the belief that it might be something that's real. So this one was a little different. I thought, you know, asking for a physical prop, which was the box, to deepen the illusion of legitimacy. Okay, so that's a little bit more clever. The red flag, definitely the biggest one being that buying Apple gift cards, needing help with important documents or urgent family members. They try to tell you that they really need it for anything. You know, they'll throw cancer. My family, someone in my family has cancer and needs treatment money, or somebody's in jail or whatever. Emotional pressure combined with secrecy. Don't tell anyone about this, but video calls. So what? Video calls don't mean anything anymore. They used to, because they weren't so easy to fake. Now, who knows? I mean, AI is getting good. It's not perfect, but it's getting good. This person at store was direct but compassionate, and, you know, probably sounded very concerned. She explained, he or she, I'm not really sure. The employee explained how scammers use props, encouraged them to block the scammer off, and she had already gone to the bank. Bank stopped it, but I don't know how much the bank said. Sounds like this employee did more to help than the bank, but we don't really know though. Yeah. So again, we don't know what happened. I mean, we'll never know with this particular story, but that doesn't mean we can't use this knowledge to try and help people in the future. So some of the more notable comments, Techno Turtle says the box is a psychological anchor. It's not about the contents. It's about making her feel responsible for someone else's mission. Classic manipulation. Scam Sniper says Apple gift cards are the scammer's currency of choice. Untraceable, fast, and emotionally low friction. If someone asks for one, it's game over. Damn right, Scam Sniper. Empathy over judgment says we need to stop shaming victims. This woman clearly knew something was off, but emotional manipulation overrides logic. She needs support, not ridicule. I didn't read through all the comments. There's 128 of them right now. but there must have been some people there's judging this woman. I won't ever do that. I've had family members fall for things, and it's not smart ones, very smart people, but manipulation and just something that seems legit. So I totally agree with that comment there. And Retail Witness says, I've seen this exact scam play out in my store. They always start with a wire transfer, then pivot to gift cards when banks intervene. It's a script. Yep, 100%. So I wouldn't be surprised if that one comes up again in my podcast. And I won't shy away from it because it's something to always be reminded about. So. All right. So last one for today is called Coworker Keeps Asking to Exchange Cash for Payment on Cash App. The question mark. Like, why? And it's by You Go To Box. And here it is. It's just a TLDR is the whole thing. My coworker has asked not just me, but multiple people on quite a few occasions to take cash from her and pay her back on Cash App. I did it the very first time she asked because the request took me off guard, and also I didn't mind having cash for some reason. Maybe I was doing something that needed cash. I don't remember. She gave me the $100 as a $100 bill, and I Cash Apped her the same. I literally made a joke out of questioning her about the money laundering, and she laughed and said something about only having cash, but needing money for some appointment after work that didn't take cash, and not being able to go to the bank. I spent the money no problem. Since then, she's asked me at least twice more, and I said no because I don't really use cash often, and it's a really weird request. I'm not a bank. Then I found out incidentally today that she's also been asking other people pretty commonly. It's even more weird because some of the people are people she's not even friendly with. She and I are friendly, so it wasn't exceptionally unusual the first time. Is this small-scale money laundering or just someone who is bad at adulting or money? This is a real interesting one. So just to kind of sum it up, a Reddit user shared a story about a coworker repeatedly asking people to exchange cash for Cash Apps. The coworker gave $100 in cash and asked for the same amount to be sent via Cash App. She keeps asking a lot of people, no matter how close she is with them. And, I mean, it's right for this person to ask. Like, this is a really good community to ask a question like this because it's weird, right? And like why? So, not really a textbook scam, but potentially a form of money mule behavior. It could be part of a laundering loop if the cash source is illegitimate. But maybe she's just financially disorganized and relying on others to bridge digital payments. I mean, I've had friends do this before. They don't want the cash. I don't want the cash, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be asking people at work. I'd probably just go deposit into a bank and, do it from there. Zell it. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would think maybe she's just bad at adulting. But one of the big pieces of this story is that, and I'm glad that the original poster said it, is that they spent the money no problem. I don't know what happened with anyone else's money. So it's not like she's trying to pawn off fake money. I mean, she works with these people too. So, she's going to see them. Yeah, I mean, she's got vague explanations about not being able to go to the bank or need it for an appointment. I would decline it too. I mean, I don't need the money. I don't want the cash. You don't have to feel guilty for saying no about things like that. You could report it to HR if it's bothering you that much. You could say something like, is there a reason? You could ask them. You don't have to really explain yourself. So here's a couple of comments that some people made that were pretty good. Just Here for Tea. It's a good name too. This is either a scam or a masterclass in being bad at adulthood. Either way, I'm not her personal Venmo concierge. And then Finance Ferret says, if she's doing this often, it's not about convenience. It's about avoiding a paper trail. That's laundering 101. I'm missing something because to me, I mean, she's creating a paper trail because she's using digital and getting rid of cash. Boundaries matter. You're not a bank. You're not a money transfer service. You're a coworker. Full stop. Agreed. HR nightmare. This is the kind of thing that ends up in an HR investigation when someone finally says no and she flips out. Well, I mean, I don't know if she said no. If she's flipped out, people have probably said no at least a couple times, so I don't know. This is a good one to maybe comment on the podcast, or whether you're listening to this through Spotify or YouTube. I would love to hear some comments about this because this one's kind of baffling to me. But yeah, I would love to get some comments and some discussions going about this one if you have any opinions about what you might think. So thanks for hanging in there with me today. I know today was a little bit longer one, but I want to try and give some backstory, especially when I do these based on Reddit stories that I pulled mostly from the scams Reddit subreddit. Interesting stories today, 3 very different ones. But yeah, comment about any of them. Like and subscribe, because I'm going to do this a little bit more often now that I have some time. And like easy listening in your car. If you have a 20 minutes drive from here to there, maybe to work or something. But anyhow, I'll be back soon.